All right. Shalom. First and foremost, before I get started, I want to give all honor and glory and power to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Hakwadash. I want to say double honors to our elders, our great apostles, great millstone, GMS, who rule well and teach well, being a good example to Israel. All right, man, the elect. I want to say peace and blessings to the hopefully elect on the four corner, pushing the truth and sincerity. All right, the great sound is your brother Nabah. All right, just take a listen to these videos, as in Isaiah 4:1, it's going to hit different for these women. Right now, these women, they got the liberty, all right, to do and say, but in that day, they're going to be limited, all right? They're going to be limited. And these videos that we watch throughout the day, it's the spirit. You see videos of women saying they'll show their man. That's the spirit. You got videos of women saying that, hey, all 26, we gonna clean, shut the fuck up and do all this. It's the spirit, because that vibration is getting put in the earth, because that's what's going to be at the forefront. That's what's going to be established, all right, soon, as Isaiah 4:1. But you got a lot of women, all right, that still have that worldly, all right, that worldly intent, if you can get what I'm saying. So let me play these videos, get into the scriptures, Lord willing, y'all brothers to be edified. All right, well, I laid it all down. And rise up, you women, thou at ease. Rise up, you women, thou at ease, man. Check this out.
You hoes always talking about some bring back the traditional men, but can't even afford traditional buffalo wings. Bone in. Get the fuck out of here, ho. Y'all always talk about what men used to do. I remember when men used to go to war. I remember when men used to work. I remember when, okay. You don't remember when women didn't used to have rights? You remember when women used to shut their ass up? You remember when niggas used to go upside their bitch head, and that was the end of the argument? You remember when y'all couldn't divorce niggas and shit? Oh, yeah. So if you want a traditional man, how about you give up your rights? Be a traditional woman, you know what I'm saying? Let's both get the tradition jumping in. If y'all want to step back in the day, then we both need to go back in the day. But y'all don't get to be these modern hoes while we stay traditional. You know what I'm saying? It's not going down like that. You hoes always looking for a loophole, always looking for leverage and shit. Hell, you hoes fucking fought for rights, and y'all still don't want to do shit. Y'all equal to us, but y'all still want more. Sound like that was fucking voting and fighting for purpose and shit. Advantages, privilege. You hoes didn't really want no damn rights, but y'all want some traditional men. Fuck out of here, broke ass hoes.
That's right, because these women have been deceived. These women have been deceived to believe that they have a fucking say so. All right, as you just heard him say, speaking about women that have no rights, women's, shutting the fuck up. And being quiet is not just, your mouth closed and you don't say nothing, raise your hand to speak. No. All right, it's in the midst of a man saying something, you just take what he said. He don't need no, no talk back or no reply. See, that's where women get it, misconstrued as, he always talk, I'm just talking about shut up. It's the way you do things. And one way to upset a man is talking back. All right? Or saying something when you know you're supposed to be saying nothing. You see? So let's get to the other video. Check this out.
Today, it's going to be about 50 million homeless bitches by Mother's Day. Oh, my mom, it's going to be a drought for you bitches. No cap. Hey, if all men stop giving money today, it's going to be about 50 million homeless bitches by Mother's Day. Oh, my mom, it's going to be a drought for you bitches. No cap.
Yeah, because that's all women want. But what is the true money? What is true riches? All right, there's wisdom, there's knowledge, and there's understanding. See, this money finna be do away with, this fiat currency. The dollar bill with these hoes chase out there, what people sell they sold out there. Guess what? It's finna be taken away. All right, everything's going digital. So when these things start to take place, as the scripture have said, all right, when the time of the calamity start to happen, the Lord starting to pour His anger in the earth. What you women's gonna be? All right, how you women's gonna be? You see, and a man not gonna put up with no back talk, saying what you want to say instead of holding your tongue, instead of biting your tongue, being a woman. Instead of you want to express your feelings, your emotions. Niggas ain't got time for that. Especially not a man of the Lord. Let's listen to another video. Because we don't want to go through this right here. God damn. You see? I ain't got time for that. Check this video out. This is a good one. Come on, man.
Stress. The fastest way to lose a good man is not cheating. It's becoming his biggest source of stress. He's already fighting the world, work pressure, money, expectations. If home feels like another battlefield, he won't stay long. Men don't leave because someone prettier shows up. They leave when peace disappears. If every conversation is a challenge, every decision is questioned, every moment feels tense, that's not partnership. That's pressure. He doesn't need a competitor. He needs softness where life is hard. Respect where the world doubts him. Loyalty isn't controlled, it's created. So if he's distant, ask yourself, are you his piece or just another problem? The fastest way to lose a good man is not cheating. It's becoming his biggest source of stress. He's already fighting the world, work pressure, money, expectations. If home feels like another battlefield, he won't stay long. Men don't leave because someone prettier shows up. They leave when peace disappears. If every conversation is a challenge, every decision is questioned, every moment feels tense, that's not partnership. That's pressure. He doesn't need a competitor. He needs softness where life is hard. Respect where the world doubts him. Loyalty isn't controlled, it's created. So if he's distant, ask yourself, are you his piece or just another problem?
Yeah, and what happened due to the serpent, all right, because I typed in when was women liberation, because this played a major part in the women that we see today, especially these young women that's really out of control. All they want to do is shake their ass, you know what I'm saying, and go to a restaurant. You know, this started it right here. It said the woman liberation movement, also known as the second wave feminist. It said peak from the late 60s through the early 1900s. Emerging during a period of intense social reform, a movement sought to achieve full economic, political, and social equality for women, pushing far beyond the early 20th century, focused on voting rights. All right, but you see how I just slowly but surely crept in? But it was a point of time women didn't have no rights. All right, it says 1966, the National Organization for Women, known as the NOW, right, was founded to advocate the gender equality in all sectors of society through the first major nationwide march, known as the Women's Strike Day, took place on August the 26th to demand equal employment, accessible childcare, and reproductive rights. You see, do you really think those men in the other countries overseas, such as Iraq, Iran, them other nations, you think they women talk back to them? I got a video, but I know I can't really, show it. I think he sliced her ass. He cut her neck. But what he did was he cut out her hair out, bald headed with a fucking machete. But what he did it for, you'll think it was petty. But those men over there don't play that shit. It's only in Babylon the Great the women have the liberty to do and say, all right, and act. And guess what? Man don't supposed to do nothing but accept and let it ride. But guess what? The Lord finna fix all that. All right, the Lord Yahweh finna fix all that when he bring, all right, terrible times on the earth. Right? And that's why these women's in the spirit they in now, accepting their man having another woman. Let's play one more video. All right, check this one out.
Respecting men, and we don't know. We do things like talk over him, not listen, or something simple like you tell him to do a task, you go behind him and finish it as if, and what you're saying is you didn't do it good enough. We may cut him off when he's speaking or not value his hobbies. It's certain things that we do that it's not, disrespect is not always loud and cursing. A lot of times we as females think I wasn't disrespectful, but being disrespectful can be silent. And I think that we forget above anything, a man needs respect. And if you don't know, and sometimes, let me say this, sometimes respect is subjective, because what one man feels is disrespectful, another man may not. So it's very important, ladies, ask your man what makes you feel the most respected. Ask your man, not someone else. Don't ask your homegirl. Ask your man what makes him feel the most respected. But if I'm just going to put it under a general umbrella, those are the things. You don't talk over him. You don't correct him in front of people. You want to build him up. You want to, encourage him and pour into him. You want to treat him with the king treatment. King treatment.
All right. So let me get this precept. All right, because this is how women have been turned around. All right, they have been turned out of their place. This is how Jeremiah 31:22. It said, how long wilt thou go about, O backsliding daughter? For the Lord Yahweh have created a new thing in the earth. See, this is a new thing. A woman shall compass a man. And you're going to know where compass means to turn around, to be set back. All right, and these women have been turned out of their place, man. These women have become more aggressive, more manly. You know what I'm saying? More naive, more everything than what a woman's supposed to be as a man pillow of rest. You know what I'm saying? These women have really lost their mind. So that's why Isaiah hit hard, all right, when it's concerning the women that have adopted the Babylonian mindset, the customs, all right, to come out of that mindset and those customs, because that's not the way, all right, for an Israelite woman to be, act, or to act. Let me just put it like that. All right. Isaiah 32:9. Rise up, ye women, that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall you be troubled, ye careless women, you careless woman. For the vengeance shall fail, the gathering shall not come. So we see that all the things that these elites, the power that be, have put in place for these women, they now is being stripped away, taken away. All your rights, your Section 8, the food stamps, slowly for shoulder, that shit crashing. That shit being taken away. Certain women catching hell. That's why these women is all about what? Money. Because money will bring them pleasure and comfort because they can't get it nowhere else. You see? So what's going to be the comfort, all right, in the time of trouble? All right, being under the umbrella of the man of the Lord, because the man of the Lord going to be safe. All right, but you women, all right, that are at ease, it's high time, all right, to wake out of sleep. Right? It said, tremble ye women that are at ease. Be troubled, ye careless ones. Script you, make you bear the sackcloth upon your loins. All right? Because if you're not going to be humming this time, you're not going to listen, you're not going to hold back your tongue, all right, from saying what the fuck you want to say, all right, and just letting the spirit work it out, then you playing a dangerous game. All right, to be honest, you're playing a dangerous game. All right, one more video. I think this is, let me see.
You're dealing with a woman that won't submit to you, you might as well leave her where she at because she's not going to change. Women know who to play with. If she doesn't submit to you, 9 times out of 10, she has already built her perspective of you. She thinks that you're weak and you're not worthy of leading her. Although you may actually be a leader and a good man for her, but she doesn't see you as that. Regardless of you being worthy, some women are just the way that they are. Typically, women that won't submit shows all of the red flags in the beginning. But because of your lust for her, you look past it. Now you end up in a relationship with a woman that won't submit to you. And that's the worst thing you can do, because then she's going to manipulate you and make it harder for you to leave. So if you're dealing with a woman that don't respect you enough to submit to you, don't ignore it, fellas. Free game.
Yeah, see that? But guess what? Isaiah 4:1 gonna fix all that. All right? But we know the Most High Yahweh is in control. Because a lot of these women that we do have now, who know they're gonna be there in a time of trouble. You know? So therefore, we as men gotta continue to do what we gotta do. All right? And these women feel how they feel, fuck it. All right? As long as we pleasing the Lord, as long as we doing what we gotta do for the Lord, all right, everything be all right. Because the Lord gonna add unto that. We just can't lose focus. You know, let's keep pushing, let's keep praying, let's keep watching. All right? The Most High Yahweh have mercy on us in this day. But for you women, arise. All right? Come out of that Babylonian mindset before it's too late. Shalom.